I don't feel good today. I have a pimple on my face that I cannot stop looking at. It really hurts. I'm breaking out. I have my period. I don't feel good. It's cloudy out. I just having a really bad day, but I really want to make smart and make a mood board. I've been pulling a ton of images for this project I've been working on or reworking on called Apathy, redefining what this project meant to me and figuring out where I want to go with it. And I still want to integrate it into my portfolio somehow. And I just finished another project that I posted on TikTok, which was doing an astrology series where I did a fashion design look for each of the astrology signs. And that was really fun to work on. And I felt like when I finished, I needed something new to work on. And I've been talking a lot about tapping into the old versions of me and working on a project that I once abandoned. I think it's a really good way to start because though this doesn't necessarily feel like me anymore, I feel like I can breathe new life into it and I can make it new again and make it still relevant to me somehow. I think a lot of what I was originally feeling about this project was in a good place, and I just want to redefine what I thought apathy was at the time when I was doing this. I've been pulling mood images all morning. I did some initial sketches. I am working in Canva, which is maybe a little controversial for artists. I just don't have the energy to open up an Illustrator document and try to organize images in there. And my computer's been weird and I feel like it's gonna crash, and I don't even want to explain myself anymore, but we're gonna work in Canva today. So I pulled together all the images that I feel like would build or start to build the feeling of the mood board. Something about even just this layout of all the images that are messy I kind of like. I'll get more into that. I have a bunch of runway images that I've pulled so far, and I'll organize these a little bit better and I'll make it make sense. And I might even handwrite out what I like about each item just to get more specific. I'm gonna try to do a page of hair and accessories and things. I obviously need to pull together fabrics and colors. Haven't really done that yet. And then I start an initial page of, this is like really far thinking ahead, but I have been wanting to plot what the mood of, let's say like a shoot around this would look like and feel like. I already kind of see a vision for a shoot around it. So I wanted to kind of include what my vision would be for a shoot if this really existed. I am not, disclaimer, making any of this stuff come to real life. It is just a portfolio, but if I were to ever, this is kind of the feeling and vibe of the shoot. But let me go backtrack. I'll need to organize this page today. I did a few different things here that I can talk about. First, I want to talk about what I mean by redefining apathy. I wrote up a little blurb. I'm trying really hard, so no one judge me. I'm trying really hard to not use any AI when I'm working on my portfolio at all. And I am not a writer. I am someone who likes to draw pictures. I am not good. I don't speak good English. So nobody judge me. I very frequently in my work will have typos. I misspell things all the time. This is not my expertise, but let's see what I wrote and see if I need to change anything. Apathy is in fact something that see already. Apathy is in fact, what I'm trying to say is something that I was looking for in bed. Wait, what was I trying to say here? Apathy is in fact, I'm trying to say apathy is something. Apathy is something that is not found in bed, but this is where my search for it began. I don't know if I should say something about the year. This was in 2020 specifically. I don't know yet. For years it seems I have been trying to redefine my emotions. I can't fucking read. For years it seems I have been redefining my emotions and taking words that have with long-standing meanings and making them my own. I couldn't see that. True apathy is left behind and forgotten. Okay, this is where I felt like I was starting to maybe cook a little bit with where I was getting at with what apathy is really meaning to me. I'm gonna ignore what I wrote here for now. In rewriting and rejournaling on what apathy meant to me at the time that I started this project, I was trying to forget a certain person and relationship that happened. And in the process, I feel like I kind of forgot the person that I was at that time. And I was trying really hard to become a new person and let the old pieces of me die. And as I'm rediscovering myself, I realized that it actually took me realizing that I wasn't trying to forget this person, and now I'm trying to find myself because I feel like I lost her in all of this. The redefining is thinking this is about the person who left me, but it was about me the whole time. Exactly. I thought this was about the person. Like, I thought this whole project was based on the person that I had a breakup with, but I actually want to base it around me and finding myself again through thinking that I had to lose something in order to gain something new in life. Okay, we got that out of the way. I need to rewrite this at some point because I don't feel like it makes a whole lot of sense. I'm gonna start with the easy thing and organize all these runway images. These ones at the bottoms are more like maybe detailed images. I'm gonna separate these for now. I'm gonna make 2 separate pages so that I can delete this bottom row and just work on this top row. I do like that I included all the designers and runway shows and years that these came from. I feel like that's important to have as reference. I don't really also plan on, like, I'm working on this for my portfolio, but I don't know if I'm necessarily applying to jobs anytime soon. I do feel like in my body that there's like a shift coming in my career. I don't know what it is yet, but I feel things and my feelings about my job changing a bit. And part of that is I always kind of expected to really want to be a creative director. And as I'm getting further working in corporate, I don't know that I want to be a creative director for like a large company anymore, but I don't know if I love the pay of a small company. Like, I definitely want to make a lot of money, but I don't know if I see myself in like a corporate setting forever, which is strange because I'm really good at corporate and I've always been really good at like climbing that ladder, but I don't know if I see the longevity in that for me. I digress. Okay, I'm making this page of runway images. I don't know if I like this one anymore, so I'm gonna get rid of that. I do want to include, I pulled a lot of Simone Rocha, which I originally didn't include in this, which I don't know why, because clearly they have a lot of influence. I gotta go take back and get maybe this person and stick them in here. That feels relevant. Probably should have started with the mood images, but this felt easy enough to tackle. Also, one of the reasons I like working in Canva is because of the layers and the functions are really easy. So I can give an example. I put images in here and it's just really easy. I have the pro accounts, so it's not gonna be that easy, but they have a background remover here, so I can just easily like get all of this done and like really quickly without having to use Photoshop, which I really don't like having to go in Photoshop. So that is a big plus of working in here. I'm gonna align all of this. So I think this should be broken up a little bit, like this should be in between here. Unless I want to do this in like a color gradient. So I can make a color story out of this. Maybe not, because this doesn't look true white, and I definitely want true white. I don't know, like things could go either way. This might change 100 times, so I'm not gonna get too locked down. Okay, so I made this other page in Procreate so I could do call outs, and I can easily just like grab some arrows in case I want to make call outs on these pages of what I actually like about them. So like this, I actually just really like the tie detail. Maybe I don't put these this close. Hold on, I'm gonna rearrange this again one more time. A little more space to breathe. I can add a little bit more like text and writing. Oops. So like, yeah, I can start to make call outs on things and explain why I like certain things. Like this, I really just like, that's tie. I like the cinched waist here. Flip this. Cinched waist. This I like the drop shoulder. Sleeve definition. I also include some exclamation marks. I need another circle. I did a variety of them because I don't want it to look like I necessarily did all of this like on the computer. There I am. Like I want it to look like a thoughtful notebook. I'd probably add a bit more detail as to like why I like everything, and I think I'll edit this, but this is a good starting point. And then I don't know if I want to add like the title somewhere so that I know what project this was from. Somewhere here. I don't know yet. I don't know where that's going, but you get the gist. I'm gonna pull this up because I do like this. This is where I started to pull details that I wanted to use in the sketches that I was making, which I will have a page for that. I should probably, I feel like I should work on this page, but let me just move my sketches to a page like this. I'm gonna remove just the runway images, and then I basically want to swap in their place these images. Maybe that's okay. I don't know if I don't really like love where this is at right now, but I'm gonna leave this so that I can work on other things. I'm gonna delete these off this page. I'm gonna take this for now and drop it over here while I work. I do kind of like that the words are centered. I don't know if I like the layout of them yet. Maybe I just need to move that one. Obviously, I'm not locked into what the words say right now. I do like the way these images are arranged. I like to copy and paste a page to keep where it was already at, so that if I want to go back, I'm not having to Command Z all the way back. Okay, I feel like this looks a little cluttered still. I don't love where this is at, but I don't know if I have the capacity to go there. I don't know if I have the capacity to go any further with this. Okay, let me try. I don't know how I feel about this. I feel like I'm having a hard time today just because I'm not feeling well. There's something about it, like I'm getting some good bones going to figure out like where I actually want to go with this. I haven't done this in a long time either. I feel like I'm like so used to doing things for like a corporate job that like being able to like think outside the box, I'm like having to rediscover a part of myself that was missing. I need one of these flowers. Oh, wait. That's stupid. I put this over here and I changed the color of it. I really like using this filters feature and going to duotone, and it's really easy to change your images. You use the shadows only to change the color of things. Ooh. Okay. Oh, I like something about this. Maybe I'm trying too hard to put things in boxes. Hello? Don't crash. I think I really need to play around with like layouts and figure out what I exactly want to go for here. Maybe that's not going to happen in this video, and that's okay. And I shouldn't force it, but there is something nice going on here that I like. I just don't know how I want this to look yet, but I like this page. This is going somewhere. I don't think I like that. This maybe is going somewhere. Maybe I just like this layout. I like something about this, that it's messy. This page is good. I need to fix this and like make little call outs here as well. Maybe I'll do another part and I'll come back and when I'm feeling better and start making more sense of this. But this is like my thought process when I go into starting mood boards and concepts for a portfolio. Like I know I eventually want, there's some pages that I want more simple. Like I like all these hair images. And I know I'm probably gonna want these just like on a page by themselves. I don't know if this one fits in. but these I really like. I may need to edit these pictures. I kind of want them in the same, I want the backgrounds to look the same and everything. I need the color grade to get better matched. But like something about this hairstyle is reminiscent of this Comme des Garçons thing that I picked. So like perhaps I make this image black and white as well. Hold on, let's see. Something about this I like. Maybe that's a good way of breaking up the images. And then, like, I don't know, maybe the shoes come onto this page too. Maybe this becomes something. Like, I really gotta play around with it and see what makes sense. This takes like a lot of playing. I don't know if I have enough memory on my computer to be screen recording for this long to show you every step of the process, which is unfortunate. Like, all of this has to be organized. Fabric, hair. I like all these things, but you can kind of get a vibe of where I'm going. And I will talk about the drawings briefly. Obviously quilting is going to be a big thing. I think patchwork, this is something that I pulled from this runway image over here with the tie. I wanted to make like a big, I don't think this is exaggerated enough, but I want to make a big gown. Loving all the collars, the ruffles, I think ties, corsets. I am pulling a lot of details that I typically draw in my designs anyway and doing a new collection. So I don't feel like, though I'm working on an old project and I don't necessarily feel like the girl that created this concept anymore, I like that I can interpret it into something that still feels me. So I am, as I'm getting more clear about like who I think I am as a designer and what my like personal brand is, able to incorporate it into projects that originally when I opened this was like, oh, this doesn't feel like me anymore. I'm able to interpret it in a way that feels like me still, and keeping the essence of who I was intact at that time. I think that's all I'm gonna do today. I feel like I didn't get a lot done, but again, pulling the images was like a major portion of this, and I at least have a good starting place to organize. And I do think, like, now that I have these initial sketches done, I'm going to make some more serious sketches and like put in the details in the work. And I might do a page per sketch and call out every single detail on each fabric, maybe on their like call out pages. Okay, I'm onto something there. So basically I'm thinking like, let's say I'm doing this look. I can make a final sketch of this, put it on a page. And let's say I'm calling this like look 1 or something. Where am I going with this? I can call out like what kind of embroidery I want here, or like, oh, I want, this isn't the shoe I want, but a shoe like this with it, and maybe like I want ruffles that are reminiscent of this, and like start calling out the details of what I'm looking at, call out pleating, all those things, and like having a more serious like call out page. Perhaps I gotta play with this. Surprisingly, for the first time, I like having a white background. I usually like to put like a background image, or like, let's say I had this sent back. Like normally I would do something like this where there's like at least a somewhat image in the back, but I'm not feeling that. I kind of like that it's white and clean. I've never done that before. Okay, so that's where I'm at now. I'm also going to try to share the sketches that I did and share the time lapse of them, so you can see like what my sketching style is, and like I want to do videos more where I talk about the concept sketches as I'm sketching them. I just haven't done it yet, but thoughts for later. And I'll continue to work on Apathy. I really like where this project is going. I wish I was feeling better so I had a little bit more energy, but I want to continue to document the process of making my projects and just documenting where I am in life, because I think when I look back on old projects and who I was, I'm having to dig around for info and try to see where my head was at, and I think it's easier being able to speak to it this way. I'm having a recording for like 45 minutes. Okay. I'm gonna go. Maybe I'll sketch some tonight, but that's where I'm at for now. See ya.